Hey, welcome to True-Moto-Resto, and in this video we're going to restore this Valentino Rossi Edition R1 in about 10 minutes. The original series of videos I did on restoring this Valentino Rossi Edition R1 were lengthy, they were numerous, and were riddled with a lot of body work that was probably quite boring to watch. So let's see if I can rectify that in a 10-minute overview. So here it is, the Valentino Rossi Edition R1. It's in the trailer. Got the deal done, and now we're heading home. Okay, so we got the Rossi R1 back at the shop, and we'll just do a quick walk around here so you can see exactly what it is we're going to be working on and having to fix on this bike. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. She's a little tired. Piece of the fairing missing in here, and there's a couple of cracks right up here, and then there's a missing piece of the upper fairing that goes right in here. We got, this is kind of punched through here. The support for this frame slider fits in behind here, and I guess when the bike fell over it started to punch through. So if you look up here, you can see there's a crack right there, a couple of little scrapes on here, one there, one there, one there. So aside from that, it's got a Scorpio alarm system on it, which doesn't seem to work. And this foot peg, the tip has broken off. So aside from that, this side of the bike is pretty clean. It does have aftermarket levers on it. I'm going to put the set of original levers back on. Just dab a little bit of the paint with the brush. Final shot here. So here's what it looks like a few hours later after it's had time to dry. So here I have a bunch of OEM parts, rear fender, signal lights, reflectors. There's a set of OEM mufflers here. And then this is the reproduction ABS fairing template. I'm going to cut this piece off of this replica unit and graft it on here. Up at the top there, it's going to get grafted in here. And there we got the template. Now it's transferred over to the actual original fairing, and I've just taken basically the pen and I've marked this line. Next step, so it looks like I've got that cut out pretty close to where that needs to be. Okay, so I've taken this piece that I made from here, and I've transferred it over to this piece. Okay, so I think I got it. So here's the piece. I've taken a couple of minutes to trim it up, and then that will fit right in there. So I've got the windshield in place just to keep everything properly aligned, and then I put some this is like duct foil tape here just to help insulate, to make sure I don't get any bleed through of heat. Okay, so there is the new piece grafted on to the end. I ended up plastic molding that pretty much all the way along. Here is the cardboard template that I made for this missing piece. I just put it on there and then used the Sharpie to trace around there. Okay, so here we are a couple of minutes later, and now we've got the piece that will fit right in there. Okay, so step one is done. I just did some spot welds basically on that piece that was loose. Okay, so method two is you can take, just use a little screwdriver, and you can spoon the powder onto the repair area like I've done here, and then once you've got it on there, you can just take your little dropper and just start filling it in. We've got the OEM levers back on now, They arrived today. So I got rid of the cheapy white ones that were on there. And then finally got around to cleaning up the rear sprocket and chain and got rid of all the crap. Just used some kerosene and toothbrush to clean up. Came up nice. So on to more cleanup. Okay, so here we're back working on the bodywork again, and this time the plan is to, I got to repair this. This is where it punched through from the backside from the frame slider when it fell over. There's a ridge here and a ridge here, and so I did manage to get a nice original decal. It does have the pearl white background, so the plan now is to peel this whole decal off. Okay, so we got all the decals off. So right there you can see the areas where it has kind of punched through. And okay, so after grinding out that area that had been stretched from the impact on the backside of the bracket, it has become abundantly clear that this is not ABS plastic. So what it looks like is, given the very high flexibility of this side panel and the color of it, I think what we're dealing with here is a polyurethane plastic, something very similar to what you'd find in a bumper cover on a car. The upper fairing has all been repaired and primed and sanded, so that's ready to go to my painter. I do have the OEM tail section on now. I bought the license plate / fender unit here from a guy. I put an ad out on Kijiji and I got a reply. It's a pretty nice unit, but it came when this was in black. So I ended up getting this one brand new off eBay. It was a new old stock part, so I swapped this out for the black one. And that is now kind of back to original. Is right here. You can see it, there's a crack. So I'm gonna, I have another one of these coming. It's kind of cracked right, you can see it right there. I did get some Doctor decals for the windshield, so that's good. And then I managed to get most of the decals I need. I have new Fiat decals for the other panel. And a number of others have come in as well from Yamaha. And yesterday was a good day. I got to pick up all of the repainted parts. And then this is the panel that I repaired. So it was had the pieces missing there. It was all shattered and cracked. And then this is the piece that was missing that I grafted on. And I think the white was the hardest to match because it's a pearl white on this bike. So we ended up, I think it was with it's a Mazda pearl white, so a base and then a pearl coat and then clear coat. And once the decals go on this, you really won't be able to tell too much. It's pretty good. It's basically been painted through here because all this was all scraped up and cracked. Okay, so the first decal is back on, the Packard Bell, and now I'm just getting ready to apply the other tail decal. The next thing is this is the panel I repaired. It's been repainted. And I'm hoping a guy from the local graphics company is going to come by and help me by putting this on for me. All right, so here is the final product. Fiat decal is on the side panel. And that took the decal guy about 10 minutes. He put it on dry with none of the soapy alcohol water spray that I normally use, and it was unbelievable to watch how quickly and easily he did that. All right, here she is, finally finished. Got all the panels back on, paintwork's done, the bike's running well, everything's clean. All the repairs are affected to it. The original parts are back. I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out.